Hey guys, welcome back. Behavior Strategies for Class. This is the month of November. I can't believe it. It's gone so fast, right? And it reminds me of thankfulness and being grateful. And so that's what we're going to talk about this month. All of our episodes will be around that message. And what is that mindset? So here at Behavior Strategies for Class, this is where we empower educators with effective behavior strategies that work so you can teach. So you are not consumed with behaviors, but that you can do your job, right, in teaching. And so this episode is about gratitude, and that gratitude is the most powerful when it's consistent and authentic and relational. It's not about ignoring the hardship, but about balancing perspective, training the mind to notice what sustains us, even in difficulty. So you won't want to miss this episode. Welcome to Behavior Strategies for Class. I am Diane Bachman, your behavior paraprofessional with over 15 years of experience working in special education. And I'm so glad you're here because I'll be teaching you about social emotional learning, behavior strategies, trauma-informed care, and more. So if you are tired of being frustrated and not knowing what to do with your students who have challenging and disruptive behavior, you're in the right place. Now, if you're ready to become more equipped to help your students learn and grow, let's listen in to today's episode. Before we get started, I want to encourage you, as always, hit that subscribe button, share this podcast, this episode with other educators that you know. So again, we can continue to learn and grow together. I also want to remind you about becoming a behavior pro. This is trauma-informed strategies that actually work. This is a course that is not another theory-heavy training. It is practical trauma-informed roadmap that helps you respond with skill and not stress when those behavior challenges arise. Now, it's not a matter of if they will, but when they do, because we all know behaviors are not going anywhere. Your students still need you to be able to respond with skill and not stress. And in this course, Become a Behavior Pro, you will learn clear research-backed strategies. You will have downloadable tools. You'll get short, focused lessons designed for you, the busy teacher and educator who needs quick wins. There will be trauma-informed practices that help you see the why behind the behavior. It will help support your own regulation, right? Because if we're dysregulated, we can't really help that student who is dysregulated. And we'll go over some real classroom scenarios. So by the end, you won't just manage behavior, you'll understand it, you'll prevent it, and you'll respond in ways that build trust, safety, and lasting change. So you won't want to miss this. Check the link in the show notes and sign up for Become a Behavior Pro today. So a gratitude, thankful mindset is something that we really don't practice enough with our students. We go over behaviors, we process with them when they react in anger instead of, using words in a better way. Instead of, like I had a student today who got frustrated walking in line and walked away from it and was, throwing the F-bomb like every other word. And it's, okay, buddy, like I know you're frustrated, but sitting here cussing about it isn't going to help it. It's not going to solve it. So what can we do to solve it? And so we go through those steps, but we don't really teach them. So tell me something good today, So I really want to encourage you. These are some practical practices that you can start today with your students. And so let's get started. So number one, we always go back to that journaling piece because it is so easy. It does not take a lot of time. You can put a journal prompt on the board. I worked in one fifth grade class, and that was their morning routine. Somebody would have either a quote or a prompt on what they can be journaling about. So sometimes it was, what's your biggest hope for this year? Or it goes in even into what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you want to go to college? Or it could be just a quote of inspiration. And what does that really mean to them? You can have all different kinds of prompts. And if once a day is too much, I would encourage you to try it once a week. And they can make their own journals. You can buy like just a plain notebook and have that be their journal. Or, of course, I have a student behavior journal that you can buy on Amazon today, and that's what it's called, Student Behavior Journal. And it's really about working on their behaviors and giving them daily goals and helping them regulate. But there's also room in there to journal as well. There's pages for them to write in as well. So that is another resource. And of course, there's tons of other journals on Amazon. Or like I said, if you want them to create their own, they can always do that too. Make it cheap and easy for you, whatever works for you in your classroom. Another thing I love having students do is writing thank you notes. Now, you could do this in tons of different ways as well. But what I really like as far as community in your classroom is writing thank you notes among your students. So, and this could be once a week also, or every other week, whatever works for your schedule. This may take just a little bit longer, but I think once your students get in the routine of this, it is going to get easier and it's going to get faster. So you could even say, write down 2 words or maybe just 1 word and how a student helped you this week or how a student was nice to you this week. And, or you can just say, thank you for playing nicely on the playground, or thank you for asking me to play with you on the playground. Thank you for sharing your book. Thank you for walking with me to class. Whatever it is. And then having them write it, even just on Post-it notes, and then giving them that opportunity. Everybody get up, walk around the classroom, put that Post-it note on that student's desk, and then everybody takes a minute and reads it. Now it's up to you if you want to take time for them to share what was written, or just to have them look at it and put it in their notebook or their desk or whatever it is. And they get to keep that. I mean, it's so cool. We actually did that in one of my schools among our team. This one pair that I worked with was having a tough time. And our principal at the time, she was just amazing in really working with adults and working with some of the conflicts that come up. And so she had this guy write nice notes. And actually, we all did it for everybody. Nice notes about everybody in our team. And I still have those notes today. And that was almost 7 years ago, probably even longer than that. But it was a long time ago. And I still have those notes. I mean, they really do touch your heart and they really have meaning because they're sincere. And granted, kids are kids. I'm sure there's going to be some crazy kids, who write crazy stuff. And then that's just a reminder to come back and be like, nope, we're not writing that. Try again. You need to retrain or train your brain to be kind, to be thankful, to think of those things. Because in and of ourselves, we don't do that. And we really should do it a lot more than we do. So try those thank you notes. And this really helps them focus on appreciation instead of the stress and the anxiousness that can sometimes come, in school, right? All of the academics that need to be done. It can be overwhelming for some of your students. And so to be able to look outside themselves and see, oh, wait, they were really nice with me, or they sat with me at lunchtime, or, whatever it is. They played during PE together. They were on the same team. Those really make a difference for your students. So, again, gratitude journaling, thank you notes, helping them focus not on their stress or anxiety, but on appreciation. Here is a really cool idea. I do this at my home sometimes, and I actually have one now, a gratitude or a thankful jar. And this idea I saw online, and it's called Thankful Thursdays Jar. So this is just once a week. You have a big jar in your classroom, and students write down what they are thankful for on that day. And obviously it could be anything. It could be their cat, their bed, their shoes, whatever it is. Sometimes you never know what you're going to get on those from the little ones. But Thankful Thursdays jar, I think, is amazing. So you can do it a few different ways, right? So either you have them put everything in there on Thursday, or you have them write throughout the week and put it in the Thankful Thursday jar, and then you share what's inside on a Thursday. It's however works for you, but I think that's a great idea as well to get in that gratitude mindset. Another way that is a good gratitude practice is allowing them to really be authentic. So sometimes we let our students really just let it all out sometimes. So if we're in a safe spot, we're in our classroom, we're not in a classroom full of a bunch of other students, but we're in our classroom, and say there's not a lot of other students in there at that time, and they want to vent about something, we let them vent. Like, this is a safe space, guys. Like, let it out. And they can say whatever they want. And there's no judgment. There's no whatever. Unless, of course, it's really hurtful and they want to really hurt somebody, then, we definitely talk about that. But for the most part, it's not. It's just expressing their frustrations. And it's allowing that authenticity, and that's in their journaling. That could be in their thank you notes, in the Thankful Thursday jar, and letting them just be authentic. I think the longer you do this, and it's still, yes, we're in school for a few months, but we still have a long ways to go. I think you'll be amazed at the way things change and what they're thankful for. I think in the beginning, it's so easy just to say, like, I am so thankful for my bed. And I'm thankful for my blankets and my comforter and my pillow. Like, those are great things to be thankful for, right? I have a home that I'm safe and warm inside of. And some of your students don't have that. So their thankfulness may be, you know what? I'm thankful my mom was home and made me dinner last night. I'm thankful I don't have to share a room with my sister or brother. Or maybe they're thankful that they do get to share a room with their brother or sister. Just little things, I think you will see the transformation of their minds in thinking of those things that they can be thankful for. Another idea I saw online is called the gratitude board. So if you don't want them to be super specific, maybe to another classmate, you could just have a board on part of your wall, of course, and they can just write what they're thankful for and stick a post-it on there. Other times it could just be, a big blank whiteboard, and, kids gonna come up and use a marker and write on it. However you want to do it. I think that is really cool too. That gets them in the practice as well. And that could be just throughout the day. And you can model that, right? I mean, you can model all of this, of course, but modeling and walking over to the gratitude board, you pick up, the marker and you write, I'm so thankful everyone's here today. I don't know. I'm thankful our, you know, our students are hard workers. And then you put it down, walk away. Like, you are modeling that attitude to your students when you do that. I think those are really cool too. Or, like I said, you can use Post-its there too. And you write it on a Post-it and you just walk by and just put it up there. And then you keep on going and teaching, or whatever it is that, in between that you're doing in class, right? I think that's a really cool idea too. And that way students can see that like all the time, right? They don't have to wait for a jar. They don't have to wait for a specific time. But the board stays up, I don't know, if you want to do it for a month, and then, make it a different thing, whatever it is. But I think just being able to have that out there is super important, and it will be super impactful for your students. So these are some practices, gratitude practices, that you can start today, because having that mindset truly does make a difference for your students. Because when students feel safe and cared for, their brains relax and they are ready to focus. Gratitude is really backed by science as a powerful force that can significantly enhance your students' overall well-being. So you're also affecting their mental health when you do these practices. And when their mental health is in a better state, that affects their behaviors. So they are not feeling the angst, the dysregulation, the stress, the overwhelm of life per se, or life in the classroom, or life at school, so much when they feel and their mindset begins to change. Now, I'm not saying, of course, this is a magic bullet and you're never going to have any dysregulations or stressful situations. Obviously, we know life happens, and sometimes your students have some really tough, hard family lives, and they bring it to school. And sometimes it shows. But teaching them a gratitude practice is ultimately going to help them and every student in your class in the long run, because this will be a daily practice that hopefully that will stay with them like forever. So I want to encourage you with this 5-minute gratitude practice that you can start today. I challenge you to try this. So, and this could be either having your students write it down in their journal, or you can have them just sharing it in class. You could have them drawing it in class, but some way to be able to share. So taking 5 minutes of gratitude. So number one that you can do is think of 3 good things that happened this week. So they can write that down. You can give them a minute and you can just have them share 3 good things that happened to them this week. Number 2, they could do name 2 people who can make them smile when they're feeling down. I love this one, because there are a couple people I can think of that I work with that I would, that I know will make me smile when I'm feeling down. And then The last one, you can have them name one thing they're grateful for right now using one of their senses. So now they can think of, oh, I'm very thankful that I can smell the cookies being baked in the cafeteria. Or I'm really thankful now that I can feel how warm my sweater is. You get the idea, right? I'm thankful that I can see the beautiful fall colors outside. I love that one as well. Like, all of these are great. So I want to encourage you to and challenge you to try this today with your students. 5 minutes of gratitude. You could do all 3 of these. You can pick one. You could do 2 of them. Whatever works for your class. And you will begin to see a difference in your students as you try these simple daily practices, because they will improve your classroom behavior. So thanks so much, guys, for listening today. Before we go, again, I want to encourage you, Become a Behavior Pro online course is available now. You can sign up, check the show notes and the link there, and you will begin to understand, prevent, and respond to challenging behavior in ways that will build trust, safety, and lasting change when you take this course. So check it out today, guys. I am so happy you are here, and I am truly thankful for your support each and every week. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for listening. I truly appreciate your support. And if I have encouraged you, motivated you to continue to learn, to support your students, even better, to help them strive in your classroom, please leave a review, hit that subscribe button so that others can see they can learn and grow here as well. Thank you.